of jobs that men should not do, especially grown-ass men, okay? For one, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Matter of fact, any fast food restaurant, if you think that you're a grown-ass man working in a fast food restaurant is okay, something is wrong with you, all right? Leave those jobs to the teenagers. My nephew can't even get a job right now because there's some grown-ass man in his goddamn 40s flipping my goddamn burger. Okay? Let it go. Leave it alone. That job is not for you. Anything in retail, okay? I don't want to see no grown-ass man handing me a dress, okay? Why are you a grown-ass man working at Ross? That makes absolutely no sense, okay? Target, Marshalls, like, guys, give it up. Leave these jobs to the kids. Leave these jobs to the teenagers. These are jobs you get in high school, in college. But once you're a grown-ass man...
What's good, everybody? It's your brother Mad Black, the most dangerous and the most toxic black man on the internet. The brother who told you not to listen to these internet hoochie mamas, but you did it anyway, and now you're literally attacking men for having a job. And I'm black up in your face again with some more pro-black commentary. So very recently, I've seen a lot of people talking about this video short that's been circulating on social media, and it's of one of these weird BBL camel eyelash weave wearing females on social media giving her own list of the jobs that men are not supposed to have. So last year, the end of last year, we were being told that there was a list of places not to take a woman on a first date, and now we have one of these ridiculous females. Her name is Diamond the Body. She calls herself an artist. I don't know if she makes music or whatever. I know I've never heard of her before. But now she's telling people that there's a list of jobs that a man is not supposed to have. And I'm going to play a little bit of the audio here, and so you guys can hear what she's saying, so I'm not exactly misquoting her, but there's more to it that I'll have to fill in afterwards. So let's listen to what she says, that what type of jobs a man is not supposed to have. Let's listen here.
Here's a list of jobs that men should not do, especially grown-ass men, okay? For one, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. Matter of fact, any fast food restaurant, if you think that you're a grown-ass man working in a fast food restaurant is okay, something is wrong with you, all right? Leave those jobs to the teenagers. My nephew can't even get a job right now because there's some grown-ass man in his goddamn 40s flipping my goddamn burger.
Maybe your nephew can't get a job because his auntie is all over social media shaking her nasty butt. Maybe that's why he can't get a job, because they know that you're related to him. But I'll leave that alone. Let's keep on going.
Okay? Let it go. Leave it alone. That job is not for you. Anything in retail, okay? I don't want to see no grown-ass man handing me a dress, okay? Why are you a grown-ass man working at Ross? That makes absolutely no sense, okay? Target, Marshalls, like, guys, give it up. Leave these jobs to the kids. Leave these jobs to the teenagers. These are jobs you get in high school, in college. But once you're a grown-ass man, you do not need to be working in any fast food restaurant.
Okay, so she said what she said, right? And there's more to it that I saw on someone else's page where she talked about she also doesn't think grown men should have a job working construction or working for like the city. So like no municipals, like being a fireman, being a police officer, being a construction worker, no being like a garbage man or anything like that. She's like, you need to be an entrepreneur and get yourself a Lamborghini. so there, she had a whole list there of jobs you're not supposed to have. So no retail, no fast food, and none of these city jobs or anything like that, right? So basically you got this woman telling you what you can't do, what jobs you're not supposed to have. And she basically says this: if you want to get with a woman like her, a high value woman, which is what she calls herself, you can't have a job like that, right? So, well, first of all, let me say this, all right? If you are a male and you're pursuing a woman who is known for, she actually came out and admitted how many people she slept with. It's in the thousands, okay? So a couple of stacks. She slept with that many people. If that's the type of woman you're pursuing, you deserve everything you get. You deserve all the the attacks and the personal and the finger wagging and everything else, all of the attacks and all the nonsense that she's giving you and all the headaches, you deserve it if you're pursuing a female like this. Okay, but if you are a normal human being, which most of us are, and you're a person who's not infatuated or obsessed with the nonsense that you see with celebrities or on social media, then you'll know that there's nothing wrong with having any type of job. Okay, a job is a job, and it's not that you don't have to like it. You don't have to, it's not about always even doing something that you necessarily love doing. You know, there are occupations out there that people need to fill those occupations. There are things out there that people need to do. And if someone decides to take on that occupation, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, don't ever let someone shame you for whatever occupation you might have. Okay, and also don't think that, you know, because you do have a certain occupation, that doesn't mean that you are that. All right, if you have to work at retail, or you work like I've worked in warehouses and stuff like that, or if you know, maybe you have to drive a truck, or maybe you have to, like, I have friends who work for the city, or, you know, work for like chemical plants or whatever, or some people who worked in like doing trash, or being a postman. There's nothing wrong with that. All right, this whatever occupation you decide to have, that doesn't mean that they are that. That just means that's what they do to make money. We all have ways to make money, just like this scallywag here obviously makes money by sleeping with men and posting pictures of her disease infested butt, right? Posting her little BBL butt. So she makes money however she wants, and probably does not take kindly to any criticism of that, but she'll criticize you for basically having a regular job somewhere, like, and the fact that she would even open her mouth to say something ridiculous, like it's not a good thing to have a job working for the city or working as a cop or a fireman, something where people put their lives on the line for, and you're going to denigrate that. And once again, if you're foolish enough to even want a female like this, you deserve all of the nonsense that she's giving you in this video. If you're a normal, regular person like myself and you don't care about scallywags, and you would never try to date someone like that anyway, I don't care what someone's opinion of me is based on whatever job or occupation I have. Okay, I'm going to do what I got to do to make money for myself or for my family. That's the high priority for me. I don't care what anyone else has to say. All right, and once again, especially to my black men out there, I know black men have a lot of very difficult job occupations, and people will try to make you feel low because you just have a regular job or a blue collar job or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. Don't think that you have to be an internet celebrity or an entrepreneur. A lot of that entrepreneur stuff is nonsense. A lot of people put that on you, or make it seem like you have to do that in order to gain respect. You don't. And a lot of that stuff doesn't work out anyway. What they don't tell you about being an entrepreneur is that it fails most of the time, right? There's only a very few that get through the cracks to become successful entrepreneurs. Most entrepreneurs fail, all right? And that's such a catch-all term anyway as far as being an entrepreneur. Even like people will make it seem like if you're not doing something flashy or something that is popular, that's not really being an entrepreneur, right? So sometimes you might have to get down and dirty if you are an entrepreneur. Maybe you flip houses or something like that. That's a lot of work. That's not easy. And sometimes you have to do a lot of the maintenance and stuff yourself. That's not easy to do. But then this skeezer right here will look down upon you because you come home with paint on you or whatever. Like she was talking about in her other video, how she doesn't want her husband coming home smelling like trash. You know, if you're a trash man, that's not a good thing. And there are women out there like that. Now listen, the only reason I'm even talking about this is because it's not just her that thinks this way. This is the same nonsense. You know, it was given in a different way, but this is the same nonsense that we got from Ebony K. Williams when she talked about she's not going to date a bus driver. Remember that? So this type of mentality goes down the spectrum. It's not just the ratchet females. It's also these women in these high-end, or who think they have these high-end corporate jobs. They look down upon men who are also blue collar or whatever. You know, even in that infamous Kevin Samuels video that went viral, you had this woman who had like a dog grooming service or whatever she did, but she was looking down upon men who had regular jobs. So, you know, a lot of people got on him about that video. I didn't really care about the video to begin with, but when I watched the whole thing, I saw that he called her average at best because she was looking down on men who had regular blue collar jobs. You know, so I could see why he would say what he said about her, right? Because I would have said the same thing. I was like, how are you going to look down upon someone who makes 100,000 or someone who makes like 80,000 a year, and you have this dog grooming business, and you're not all that fly, you're not all that great looking. You see what I'm saying? So that's what he was trying to do, bring her down a peg, and that's what happens to a lot of these females. They get like this real inflated ego and this real bizarre thing where they talk about, you can't take me certain places, and now you got to have certain jobs, you got to have a certain car. That's why I always left these women alone. That's why I've never been one of those guys that complains about these things, because I don't deal with these types of women. I never did. Even when I was younger, I would always leave them by the wayside, and very easily too. You see what I'm saying? So it's not difficult to navigate through this if you know what you're looking for. The sad part is there's a lot of men out there who are attracted to these wastoid, schizoid females, and then they'll try to do all of this dumb stuff to impress them and get these women's attention, and they wind up tearing their life up. I know someone personally who destroyed his life trying to be with some girl who was basically a stripper, right? And she wasn't black, by the way. So you got to be careful with that, dealing with women with that mentality, because nothing you do will ever be good enough. That's the truth of the matter. That's a lot of things that a lot of these guys don't get. Nothing you ever do will satisfy these women. Even if you have all that stuff that she quote unquote requires on her list, she'll think of something else. So that's why I don't bother with them, because these types of people are never satisfied, and there's nothing you can do to please them anyway. So it's better to think more about yourself and deciding what you want to do and what you want to accomplish in your own life, rather than wasting your time with weirdos like that. Anyway, you folks let me know how you feel about it in the comment section. I very much like to hear your opinions on this. Anyway, this is Mad Black, and I will be back with my foot on the devil's back.